Welcome to Wrestling Goons Radio. We are at the Wrestlemania Wrap-Up Show. I'm here with Mark Pitts and Dan Tanner, and oh my goodness. So many curveballs happened tonight. So many things that we thought we saw coming, that we didn't see coming. There's a lot to get into, so we're going to hop right into it. It led into the 6 hours of wrestling at the pre-show, where we did not have a match for the first hour and 15 minutes. And we started with a fatal 4-way for the tag team titles. I will start with Dan. Did you see this match at all?
I did. I really did. I seen it. I watched it. I was very impressed with it. I knew who was going to win this. I kind of figured that. Everything about this match was great. Including, and this will be the first and only time probably that you'll hear me say this, including New Day. And yeah, this was very impressive. And I can see Cesaro and Tyson Kidd, whenever they become single competitors in the near future, that they're going to have a pretty good future ahead of them.
All right. Mark, you catch this fatal 4-way?
Yes. The Fatal 4-Way had lots of spots. It was complete and utter chaos throughout most of the match. And then you had the sneaky heel Cesaro with the quick tag, and then got the pinfall. It was pretty great.
The finish was the best part to me, because he totally stole that thing right away from the Usos. I guess that Jey Uso is really hurt or something, because they wrote him out of the match really early. I noticed that really quick, so it was kind of like one Uso by himself.
Yeah, that was pretty cool that they, it's going to be kind of sucks to see him leave, though, but it was pretty cool how they wrote him out of it, because pretty soon, he's going to probably be out for some months, I guess.
Yeah. I'm glad that they found a way to integrate it. But all in all, good match. It served its purpose. That's why it was on the pre-show. But, they look good. I like how they got the spot in later on with Natty and the Bull. That was awesome. We got Natty and the Bull having a feud there. So we move on to the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, where the first shocker of the night happened. All of us here on the Wrestling Goons had predicted that Axelmania would run wild, and Axelmania did not run wild. Axelmania crowd surfed its way right on out of the Rumble before it even started. Mark, were you upset to see Axelmania go?
I was very upset to see Axelmania be the first one eliminated. I thought that they could have put him in there at the final 3 or final 4, and he would have been great, but maybe it leads to something, him actually getting some more time on Raw. Who knows?
Tanner, I know you were the big fan of Axelmania. He was your pick to win. What were you thinking when you saw him crowd surf over the rope?
Alright, so here's the thing. I left the room for like 2 minutes, and I come back, and I'm like, okay, where's Adam Rose? Where's Curtis Axel? And they have already been eliminated. So I was pretty much disappointed. The Battle Royal itself, the highlight of that was basically Miz and Mizdow. That was just the extreme highlight of that match right there. Finally, it looks like Mizdow is standing on his own. He's telling Miz, hey, screw you, I quit. Trying to make a name of himself. Unfortunately, the Big Slow ended up winning. But it was a pretty good Battle Royal.
Yeah, I don't know why they wanted the Big Show to win it. I'm guessing he's a Giant and he got the Andre the Giant trophy. I'm glad that they didn't make Mizdow look like a punk. They actually had him try to put over the Big Show a couple times, and I'm very happy to see that he is the one who eliminated The Miz. That was great.
It almost upset me a little more that they teased us to the point that he was almost going to win, because I haven't seen a crowd that much behind one person since the night Daniel Bryan broke away from the Wyatt family on Raw. And they were behind Mizdow. They wanted Mizdow to win that match. First off, Big Show eliminated Hideo Itami by targeting him clearly before the match even started, and then he threw Itami out. That got him major heat from the crowd by eliminating Itami, so that was his first mistake. But then you gotta throw out Mizdow too. I don't know why Big Show won this match. I'm glad this match doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't have any stipulation. I kept saying all week long that it needed to be for the U.S. title or the Intercontinental title, you know, a number one. No, Big Show doesn't need a title shot for anything. So kudos. Way to screw us over again, WWE. Thanks a lot. Thanks.
Let me ask you this. At one point in time, did you think that Ryback was going to win this?
I thought he had a shot. I did. They made him look pretty strong, but, you know, they always do. Did you really feel like the Big Show was going to go that far?
I actually didn't, though, but I should have known because at the Hall of Fame red carpet show yesterday, they kept on, like, mentioning how he was in the going to be in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle and how, you know, it was an honor for him to be in it and how he was going to do this and do that. And so it was like they just kept on hyping him up. So I should have known something then, but
I want to give a shout out to Cesaro for picking Kane up and Big Show and deadlifting both of them like it was nothing. So, Cesaro...
I would have loved if he repeated, though.
Huh?
I would have loved if he repeated.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Oh, yeah. But
that would have been the end of his career then.
Yeah, well, hopefully it's the end of Big Show, but we can only hope, you know? So, that brings us to the main card. We are at the Intercontinental title. I guess we're going to start with that. It was the match that we all thought it would be. Guess what, folks? I hate to say I told you so, but I told you so. Daniel Bryan, Intercontinental Champion. And a match that Dean Ambrose is probably still recovering from, because he broke a ladder in half with his body. Dan, thoughts on the Intercontinental match? Did it live up to your expectations?
Oh, man, it did. Everything was so fast-paced. Of course, I was going for Cody Rhodes to break out of Stardust for some reason. I mean, I kind of figured that Daniel Bryan was going to win. But the thing about it was I felt like the match should have went on just a tad bit longer, and the finish was just kind of cheesy to me. But overall, it was good. I think Dean Ambrose is dead. I don't see him coming back anytime soon. Ziggler is a spider because he was just crawling up those ladders like it was nothing.
Ziggler is the fastest ladder climber I've ever seen in my life. Holy crap.
I'm like, how is he able to climb up that ladder so quickly like that? But like I said, it was a good match. It's probably like the second best match of the night. It probably would have been number one if it was like a little bit longer.
Mark, were you entertained by this ladder fest?
Absolutely. Some of the craziest spots of the night. Dean Ambrose with the elbow dive onto the crowd. Bad News Barrett suplexing the crap out of Stardust. Luke Harper with the powerbomb on Dean Ambrose. And yes, even the headbutt festival that Daniel Bryan and Dolph Ziggler put on at the top of the ladder was great. And your champion is the yes man, Daniel Bryan.
I'm kind of glad they gave Wade Barrett at least one spot in the match where he bullhammered everybody. Shout out to Cody Rhodes for having the star ladder. I know Dan hates it, but it was awesome. I'm looking forward to Daniel Bryan and Dolph Ziggler for the whole year, pretty much.
They're gonna feud.
Yeah, it's gonna be great too. The problem is one of them has to turn, and I don't know who. I'm guessing it's gonna be Dolph. We'll see. But good things to come. That match delivered. We are now going to move on to Randy and Seth. It was pretty much what we all expected, I believe. Pretty decent match, and RKO out of nowhere, and yep, Randy Orton. Mark, entertainment. It was the best RKO I've seen in a long time.
hands down.
Yeah, no. Mark, were you entertained by this match?
Absolutely. They got J&J Security out of the match from the very beginning, and they only came back in towards the end to get their RKOs. But kudos for Seth Rollins for jumping his heart out off the back of Randy Orton and taking what was a beautiful, beautiful RKO. That was amazing.
Yeah, if you haven't seen it, you need to go back and watch it, folks. I don't know. There's one point where Seth is running through the air. Literally, his legs are running through the air, and he gets dropped with the RKO. So, Dan, your thoughts? Were you incredibly amazed?
I was. I know you're not a fan of the storytelling that they told, though, but I felt like the storytelling was pretty good. The match itself was a back and forth classic match. All the spots in the match was just incredible. Of course, that RKO was like amazing. I was taken back by it. I was like, this can't be real. Like at first, like Seth Rollins, the Phoenix Splash that he did at the Royal Rumble was like the most awesome move of the year. But this RKO, that right there, I don't think nothing can top that. Like you can almost tell that they probably had to practice that or something like 100 times.
But most of that is Seth, really. Like Seth had to jump off the back of that man's head straight up in the air. All Randy had to do was turn around and catch him.
Yeah.
It was amazing. It was just amazing. All in all, though, Randy was really, really excited when he hit that RKO. Like, he was pumped. I was waiting on him to do a jumping jack. I don't know.
Or do a split in the air.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. See, I mentioned that earlier in the night and nobody knew what I was talking about, so you remember it. That's awesome.
Triple H.
Yeah, Triple H and Sting. Dan, this is your topic, so I'm going to let you have the floor. Take it away.
All right, so the entrance of it with the whole Sting face mask and the drums was pretty much what I've kind of always envisioned him coming down the aisle. Even though I don't like that music, I wish they would have used the WCW music. But, alright, that was cool. Triple H entrance. At first I'm thinking like, what the heck is this going on here? Then when he comes out with the Terminator helmet, whatever, I was like, oh, this is awesome right here. Okay, cool. The match was phenomenal at first. Sting looked like he was in the best shape of his life in like over 10, 15 years. I marked out with the whole DX NWO coming out. And I did say last week on the show that there was going to be some WCW guys to help him. I mean, I didn't even think you NWO.
You did.
But the finish was like, oh my God, you just took my hypeness from 100 all the way down to 0 in like half of a second. Like, come on, Triple H. You didn't have to bury him like that. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, we should have all known that WCW is not going to prevail over WWE. So, we should have known that.
I was upset when the 1, 2, 3 happened at first, okay? But then I decided, I said, you know what, I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt, because they're going to have a little stare off here, they're going to give us some nostalgia, WWE, WWF, but then there's going to be something dirty where Sting gets the upper hand, or Triple H, they got to do something. It ended with a handshake, they shook hands after all that. Oh my God. Mark, were you as upset as I was?
I'm upset just because of the fact that I doubt that we're going to see Sting topple the Authority and be able to take over Monday Night Raw and become a GM now. I think that that's out the window. I'm not even sure if Sting comes back, to be honest.
Man.
But the NWO versus DX was completely badass.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Except for the old men taking bumps. That kind of scared me.
Scott Hall took a backdrop on a hip that we, the IWC, paid $80,000 for. Thanks a lot, Scott. Thanks a lot.
Hey, I'm just going to tell you guys that was like the highlight of the night, seeing the NWO and DX come out.
All right.
I'm just going to tell you that.
I'm going to add a little side note here. I'm a little pissed off that X-Pac forgot that he was in the NWO at one point. Like, he just totally ignored that, and he just rolled with the Triple H side for a while. He knew it. I was shocked that I knew Hogan was going to get his name in somewhere. I thought it was going to be in the John Cena match, but he decided to wear the black and white tonight, so that's cool with me, man. I was alright with it.
Seriously, though, I thought Lex Luger or Kone was going to come out and it's going to be like the NWO Wolfpack helping Sting.
Oh, man. Well, I hated the ending. I thought Sting should have won, even though I wasn't a fan. I don't agree with Dan. I thought the match was terrible, other than the extra fluff that they added to it. Sting did look good, though. He looked good for his... You know when he looked? Sting looked really surprised to see 70,000 people. Like, when he walked out, it looked like the first time he had seen a big crowd in his life. So,
I mean, he's never been in the crowd. I mean, being
Alright, but you know what?
Like that
You know what? When you're 57, though, you should act like you've been there before. Just saying. So, we'll go on to the Divas tag match that, God, it really didn't have any build-up until the final week where we all got into it with great promos. Did the match deliver for you, Mark?
The match had a couple good spots. The Divas are at least improving a little bit, but the match lasted less than 10 minutes. I think total it was 6 minutes and 42 seconds of in-ring action. That's a step down from Monday Night Raws. Like, unless they give me a Fatal 4-Way Tag Divas title match at Monday Night Raw, maybe they can make up for it, but the storytelling was pretty good. AJ, Paige got the victory, so I'm alright.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to have some Bella Dissension maybe coming up, and we're going to have some jealousy over who gets the title between AJ or Paige. Dan, any thoughts on this match before we move it along?
I thought the match was okay. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was. Actually, I watched it. There isn't much I can say about it, other than I think AJ has the best mission in the business, in my opinion.
Yep.
For a diva.
No, I think it's for anybody. Like, if she could lock it on a man, it would still tap the man out. So,
yeah.
The next match we have is going to be a fan favorite here for the world. Ladies and gentlemen, the streak of Rusev is no more. It is over at the hands of, you guessed it, your new United States champion for the 4th time, John Cena. Dan, did you see this coming?
Yeah, but not like that. I just want to say that video package was cool, the whole patriotic thing. All right, cool. But it should have been saved for someone else. It's because you know the crowd doesn't like John Cena. They hate him. And, you know, let me tell you, Rusev coming in with that tank was just total awesomeness right there.
That was balls.
The match itself was, it doesn't get any better than that. The match itself was cool. I wish it would have ended differently. I thought it was kind of crazy to see, I think what it was, John Cena did like a reverse springboard stunner on Rusev.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was just crazy. I don't know what's going to happen with Rusev because now he has a loss and this makes him look weak now. And pretty much now from anybody that's going to face John Cena at WrestleMania, he's not, if you're a young talent, he's not going to put you over.
Mark?
I absolutely loved Rusev's entrance. The tank, the Russian Federation soldiers coming out, Lana and her little fur. It was an epic entrance. And then you had the video package of John Cena being all patriotic, and he still got John Cena sucks as he's walking down to the theme of his entrance. How in the world do you expect to pull over a United States person and you know that the crowd is going to sing his song to the tune of John Cena Sucks. That just does no justice for that video package that you just showed. But the match itself was pretty good. I hate that Lana took a bump. That is retarded. My poor Lana had to get knocked over by that brute Russian Rusev. It was just... And John Cena should have taken that. If he was a real man, he would have taken that for Lana. He wouldn't have had to step out of the way and let him hit her.
Yeah, let's be real that John Cena did see it coming and he let a woman get assaulted. I just want to put that on record right now. But you know what? I can tell you where I saw this match was going. And WWE does a great job of foreshadowing. In the John Cena promo, when you see every president in United States history pretty much say we will not fail because we cannot fail, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you just pretty much told John Cena that he would let down the whole entire country for the rest of his life. And he didn't win. John Cena was winning that match. I'm pissed because... You know what, I had told myself before the night had started that I could accept John Cena being champ, and I had thought I had prepared myself. I was wrong, because it's not the guy. You know what, he wasn't the guy to beat Rusev's streak. You needed somebody else that needed to be established to do it. Like, oh, I don't know, the guy in your main event that just got booed out of the building that we'll get to later. That guy needed the push. It didn't need to be John Cena. God.
Yeah.
Anyway.
On Monday Night Raw, you can expect a United States flag dropping down on top of John Cena holding the United States title. I can just about guarantee it.
You know, they need to stop making this into a Rocky IV sort of thing. Because,
yeah.
I mean, throughout that whole thing, I just felt like, man, this is another Rocky IV. And the only thing that's missing is a black guy dying.
It ain't just that, they're trying to make it the Cold War. I mean, they're just living off the Cold War again. And the Cold War ended, I don't know, 35 years ago. Let it go, people. Just stop.
Yeah, I'm quite sure this is Vince's idea, because Vince is just extremely old school.
And like you said about where do you go with Rusev, now where do you really go? Because what do you do now that you take away, not only do you take away the American-Russian thing, you take away the undefeated streak. What are you going to do? Like, you backed him in a corner, and Rusev is a hell of a talent. Like, you can't relegate this guy back down to mid-card where he's been such a dominant guy. You can't do it. So I don't know where they're going with Rusev. We'll get into that more on Wednesday's show when we see more about the fallout. What do we got now? Now we got Undertaker, Bray Wyatt. Are we did we do the promo first? The Triple H Stephanie promo?
No, we can do that first.
Alright, we'll do the Undertaker, Bray Wyatt. This is, I'll tell you what, I'm gonna say one thing about this match first off, before anything. I don't know who decided to book this match for this year, or who decided that it couldn't wait till next year, when you're in a building that's got a roof that you can close. So when you got Bray Wyatt and The Undertaker wrestling in broad daylight, it does nothing for either character. Nothing. You can't do the lights, you can't do the pyro, you can't do the extra lightning, you can't do none of that crap, and it was so boring. I was so pissed off. The Undertaker looks good. Well, he looked a lot better than he did last year, so much so that JBL said it on national TV. Yeah, I don't know, man. That match was garbage. They made Bray Wyatt look terrible. Awful. He got buried. Dan, any thoughts, man? Any thoughts? Because I'm pissed off at this whole match.
I thought the match was pretty good. I mean, I liked it. I mean, at first, like I've been saying before, I don't understand why you have to want to try to make Bray Wyatt the new face of fear. His entrance was cool. Like you said, it should have been either indoor or at night or something, which I never like outdoor WrestleManias. That whole Mystic sort of making the Scarecrow come alive was kind of weird. No way. I got excited when Undertaker came out, but one of the best moments in that match was like when you see Undertaker's laid out and Bray Wyatt's doing his crap walk, and that's when you see Undertaker wakes up or whatever, get up, and they just go at it. It's like, it was just awesome. The match was awesome. I'm happy that he won. He needed to win this, because if he lost this, then I felt like personally his legacy would just been kind of just tarnished a bit, I felt like. But once again, it makes Bray Wyatt look sweet, and once again, it makes me now be an unbeliever of Bray Wyatt, because he's just full of crap.
I like the scarecrows. I thought that was a cool touch to add on to it. But like y'all both said, it's outdoors. I can't see fireflies. I could barely see them, but you just don't ever get the same effect in the outdoor stadium. And I'm asking Vince and WWE, please do not ever do an outdoor stadium on the West Coast ever again on those entrances, because it just ruins the entrance, in my opinion. The match, I thought, had a few cool spots. Like you said, the Taker raising up whenever he's doing the crab walk, and you see Bray's eyes get big, like he's actually afraid of something now. I hope that goes into some future storytelling about how Bray wasn't dark as he thought he was, and maybe it gets a more sadistic side to Bray Wyatt. I hope he pulls something out like that. Taking the tombstones, he kicked out of one, so at least he's better than some people, but he didn't have much offense on top of that, but Undertaker looked a lot better than I thought he was going to look, to be honest.
Bray Wyatt hit one of his running crossbody flashes, and I think he didn't even hit the Sister Abigail. They just kind of fell down on it. It was awful. Bray Wyatt, I can't even describe how awful that match was. I know RJ is going to probably tell me it stole the show. It didn't, so whatever. The next is the surprise segment of the night. They went ahead and set up WrestleMania 32, folks. We know who Triple H's next opponent is going to be. Spoiler alert: The Rock is going to square off against Triple H. Dan, this was a great segment overall, I thought. What did you think?
Alright, so the segment itself, when it started off, I was like, okay, great. They're going to do their little official, little telling of the attendance. Then it got pretty long. But I don't know what happened, because the WWE Network, which is screwing up for me, all I know is The Rock is in the ring, and I'm like, where did he come from? But I like that this match is going to lead into 32. Well, it's going to be a match at WrestleMania 32, because I think The Rock and Triple H had some great feuds back in the day. It was incredible seeing, what's her name, Ronda Rousey out there. I want to see her in a ring, in the WWE ring. I think she's an incredible fighter. And also, too, I think Dragon Ball Z t-shirt merchandise are going to skyrocket, because that was an awesome t-shirt she had.
Over 9,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was...
It was trending, too.
First off, I was just totally shocked, especially with everything going on with Brock and Dana, and then CM Punk working over there. I knew that Ronda would probably be there, but I had no idea they would let her get on screen like that. I want to go ahead and say now, because Mark loves her so much, and I'm just going to give her props. Every week, if you don't believe Stephanie is the best heel in the world, you need to check yourself. Stephanie is, oh my God. Stephanie McMahon did not back down from Ronda Rousey. She told Ronda Rousey that this is her ring. I don't know if she's stupid or delusional or just hot, but my God, that was so sexy. Oh my goodness. Stephanie is great. I hope they have a showdown one day. I don't really care about the Rock and Triple H next year, but I enjoyed the Ronda segment. Anybody else want to add anything on it before we hop on to the main event?
Ronda Rousey needs to sign a contract with WWE, if not for just one match, to see her versus Stephanie McMahon. I think that would sell not only WWE pay-per-view buys, but also I think it helps UFC pay-per-view buys, especially being at WrestleMania like she was. She got more eyes on her than what normal UFC pay-per-views get, and it's a different crowd. So that was an awesome segment, and whatever ring Ronda Rousey is in is her ring.
Yeah. So she's still under a UFC contract, right?
Correct.
Oh wow! I would love to see her in the ring, like as a part-time or whatever. But it's not going to really make sense to have her just go up the current divas right now, unless you have like a legitimate diva that knows what they're doing in the ring. Because all they're going to do is just make her look extremely strong, and she's just going to kill them all.
In the world of professional wrestling, she wouldn't need to fight divas. She would need to fight men. Because
Pretty much.
And you can script it to where she can whoop the man's butt. So.
I mean, she's the female version of Brock Lesnar.
Yeah. I enjoyed the hip toss. She did get a hip throw in tonight. She did toss Hunter around. So. That was pretty cool.
And can we just go back to Hunter's hamstring and that huge bruise that was on
there? Yeah. What was that, guys?
That was like weird. It was like both of them was bruised up. Him and Sting.
But Hunter's kept getting darker by the minute. Like, it got really bad when the match started, and Mark and Todd both kept pointing it out. By the end of that match, his whole leg was black. Like, it was just, oh my God. I guess we'll hear more about it. I thought he maybe
I guess that's Sting's fault.
I thought that maybe he had tore a quad, and I was like, you know what, if this guy tore another quad, and he's wrestling through it with no pain, Triple H is a boss, man. I don't even know. He's something else. Main event time, guys. Biggest swerve. I don't even know. We're not even going to get to the swerve yet. We're going to get to the Roman Reigns had to walk a mile to get to the ring. And he slapped about 5 fans on the way, by the way. So I can't wait no Hill Roman from slapping fans. Didn't happen. By the way, if you're ever in San Francisco, Roman Reigns, they don't like you. Spoiler alert, they hate you. Brock was obviously the face in this match, according to the crowd. And it didn't show that way in the match. They gave Roman the beatdown of his life for about 5 or 10 minutes. He took every suplex known to man. Yeah, it wasn't the Germans this time. He actually swapped it up and did like 8 or 9 different kinds. The ending, guys, we have a new heavyweight champion, and it isn't Roman Reigns, and it isn't Brock Lesnar. Your new WWE champion is Seth Rollins. And Dan, what did you think when that music hit?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I thought it was Sheamus for some reason. I don't know. I think one S, and I'm like, oh my God, it's Sheamus. That match, I mean, of course, Lesnar dominated, but I don't know if it was on purpose or something or by accident. But what was up with him being so bloody like that?
He got cut early in the match.
Yeah, it was like crazy. It's like it looked like he was taking the punishment, but for all those people that was worried about Roman Reigns looking strong or them trying to make Roman Reigns look strong, nah, Roman Reigns didn't look strong at all. He probably looked strong for like maybe 5 seconds, but he looked super weak.
See,
it was just awful.
I'm going to disagree with the fact that I think they made him look too strong, and here's why. I've never seen any man alive take the 4 or 5 F5s that he took in a row. And, I mean, Brock was manhandling him, and every time he would laugh at him. He would laugh, and then he would kick out. It pissed me off every time he would do it again, because they made it unbelievable. It was not a believable fight. In real life, Roman Reigns is not getting back up when Brock Lesnar does that. He's dead. Period.
Oh, yeah, especially with that slap, too. Like, yeah.
Yeah, he's done. And not only that, once Roman does get his offense going, it doesn't take much. Just, 3 or 4 Superman punches and 2 spears. Roll credits. That's what it would have been, but thank God, Seth Rollins saved the day. I really thought Seth was going to get screwed, too, for a minute there. But we can also note that Brock Lesnar was not pinned, and he will mention that when he does come back. What do you think they're going with this, guys? Tomorrow night, Mark, Fallout. Any ideas?
I have to agree that I think Roman looked pretty damn strong, taking all that beating and getting his 2 moves and still making Brock bleed from his lip, from his head, from his cheek. I mean, Brock Lesnar bled a lot. But I think that they actually started going ham on each other for a little while. You could see some of the hits and some of the knees actually connecting pretty damn hard. Fallout is definitely going to be Brock Lesnar to not get pinned, and Brock Lesnar wants his revenge on Seth Rollins, and he's going to have to go through the entire authority in order to get it.
Dan.
Fallout, I don't know because this is crazy. I don't know if we're going to see Brock Lesnar. I mean, we're going to see him back, but I don't know how soon we're going to see him back. I don't know if this means Roman's going to get his rematch or something, or if he deserves a rematch. There's so many ways, so many. You can do so much with this. I mean, could we see him facing Orton again? I mean, it's be pointless though. I don't know. I can't wait to watch Raw tomorrow.
My final question before we sign off, and I'll leave it at this. Do you feel like Roman was screwed out of his spot?
Me personally, I think he kind of was though, but they had no choice but to do it. Because he wasn't popular as they thought he would be by now.
But couldn't you give him that spot as a heel?
Him being a heel to me doesn't make sense.
I would digress if he's the loudest booed person on the roster, but we'll see. Mark, what is your opinion?
I don't think that he's going to be the loudest booed person at every single show. Because you're still going to have those women and you're still going to have those little kiddies looking up to Superman Roman Reigns just like they do John Cena. I think he is definitely a John Cena 2.0. The men are going to continue to hate him, and the women are going to continue to love him no matter what happens in the middle of that ring and what kind of storytelling that you tell. Unless you have Roman Reigns turn on the fans and say, I won this match, I did this for you, I did that for you, and you still all booed me, well, screw you all. I'm not doing a damn thing for you ever again, and you can believe that. But I do think that we might see a triple threat at Extreme Rules.
Yeah.
I really can't wait to find out what the fallout is. We'll be with you on Wednesday to bring it to you. Any last thoughts, or we're just going to roll into Wednesday night, guys? Y'all good with it?
I'm good with it.
Alright, man. As always, follow. We've been acting.
A- Wrestlemania.
Huh?
I said I give Wrestlemania an A-.
A-. I'm going to go with a B+. I feel like that there were a couple of spots that, I really didn't like the Sting thing. I've already talked about that. Hating the Undertaker. Hated the arena. Besides that, though, the actual storyteller was okay, so I'll go with a B. Work?
I'll give it a B+. I think most of the storytelling was absolutely great. Man, the one thing that I just can't get over is why didn't you let Sting get his WrestleMania moment at the first match of his career? Who knows why? Hopefully we hear something about it on Raw and maybe we'll get some answers.
I got you. Well, as always, we've been very active on Twitter tonight. We have the Twitter account going very well. It is at Goons Radio. You can like us on the Facebook page at The Wrestling Goons, and the same goes for YouTube. For Dan and for Mark and myself, we will see you Wednesday night on the flip side.